What if getting unstuck isn't about leaving your career and it isn't about staying either? What if getting unstuck is about having the courage to build a path no one handed you? I have coached women who thought they had hit a wall, and what they had actually hit was a doorway. Hi, everybody. My name is Elizabeth Suarez, an executive coach who helps mid career professional women figure out how to move from being stuck to going forward. Recently, two of my coaching clients taught me something powerful. Sometimes your next chapter is created where you are, and sometimes it begins when you leave. I coach a woman executive who felt passed over. She was brilliant, experienced, respected, and yet shrinking. She was buried in details, focused on proving her value inside a box someone else had drawn. And I asked her a question. What if your next move isn't upward, but outward? Everything shifted for her. She started zooming out, looking at the full forest and not just a small segment of trees or issues or departments. She started seeing opportunities her organization wasn't seeing. She stopped waiting for someone to hand her a bigger role and starting designing one. And here's what took courage. She had to let go of being known for what she had mastered to lead in something she had never done before. I have to admit it, that is terrifying, but she trusted her instinct. She influenced her own leader to see what was possible. And in doing that, she didn't just get promoted, she created a role that hadn't existed. Sometimes getting unstuck isn't leaving. Sometimes it is expanding so boldly that the system has to make room for you. This is what happened to my client. Upper management realized we can't lose her. She is more than the role she is currently serving in. How does she show that to upper management? She started asking the simple but future focused and specific questions. And not only asking the questions, but she also went beyond and started bringing some ideas for potential solutions for those questions. Basically, she started leading conversations that other leaders didn't feel like wanting to have. But she sat in the discomfort and had the conversations. People started noticing not only her management, but her colleagues in other departments. And all of a sudden, she created a path that others had never thought about creating in that organization. My other coaching executive, a coaching client, came to a very different truth. Her runway had ended. And saying that out loud felt like failure, but it was a failure. It was clarity. She spent a couple years getting honest about what she wanted, not what looked impressive, not what others expected for her to do in the career she was in, but really what she wanted. And when the time came, she didn't just exit. She negotiated her departure with dignity, protected herself, and landed something better. Role, better alignment, better future. But here's what mattered most. She stopped treating her career like something happening to her and started treating it like something she could design. What was scary about that is that she realized she was the only one doing that. She was the only one realizing that this is not what I worked so hard for. This is not what I studied and got my master's and other graduate work to do. And she was like, I need something totally that satisfies not only what I'm learning right now, but also all the wisdom that I have collected throughout my years. And she decided to figure out where to find another runway. And you know what? She found it. So these two women chose different paths. One reinvented inside the organization she was at. One reinvented outside the organization she was at. But both did the same thing. They stopped borrowing other people's definitions of success and trusted their own wisdom. And let me tell you, that is where many women get stuck. Not because they lack options, because they're afraid their path might need to look different. What if different is exactly the point? For both of my clients, that was the point, being different and doing something that others they had looked up to, admire, follow, didn't do. And all of a sudden, they created their own path that now the next generation is actually looking at them. So let me ask you, where in your career are you waiting to be chosen when you could be designing a path? And is your next step asking you to expand where you are or to have the courage to leave? Start there with those two questions. Sit with them. Answer them. Put your answers aside. Journal about them. Come back to your answers. Come back to your journal. Eventually, the answer will really come to you because clarity often starts with honest answering of difficult questions. If this spoke to you, subscribe to this channel. I'm creating the space for women who know they're meant for more and are ready to stop circling and start moving. I hope to see you next time.